No light. Oh, there it is. There will be light. Okay, guys, back at you. Custom built for Play Go Mode, Philly. That's where I'm located. And here we have that shredder. Now, I heard a lot of complaints about this thing here, and I think it's all BS, really, because this can be replaced. You don't have to go 6S. You're going to have to go in a higher KV, maybe. The landslide motor, that's what that is. These are earthquake hubs. Here, earthquake. And maybe landslide too. And also, I think they probably may fit even terremoto. I'm not sure. But yeah, everything is great. Two things you're gonna have to do with this truck that she made that I can say is a downside, because it was a downside if you really look at what is going on with the truck here, and which is to get that screw to that hole, because usually it's up in that hole there, and then your shocks are fully extended, not in like that, because that meant they were just jerking all the way back down, slamming from top to bottom. So in here I'm feeling as though it was getting damaged, this shaft here. So I took my grinder, have a grinder, hand grinder, a little small, a rotating one, and just made a little groove, because this bottom of this here is kind of squared, and then from it being squared, this was rounded. So if you can see, sheesh, it's hard to get it, but yeah, you see it. The that plastic right there that's over top of my finger. I had to grind that down, so it's like kind of. Let me get my little matchstick or whatever. That right there. This little loop. I just grinded that down some so I can come over and get, because this is hole one, the original hole that it starts in from factory. To get that one, you have to grind this little area down here. It doesn't hurt or anything, and this is the only one. The backside doesn't have it. So it did actually help my ride height and my shocks. It took a little bit from the front though, a little ride height, but it helped it. I can say that helps, because I'm not wheeling or anything like that. I want the front to stay on the ground, give the rear diff a little, center diff a little help. And on the other side here, I did it here too. So as you can see, a little piece of plastic still sticking up. Yeah, so I just grinded that down. And that is how you get to these here. Now, you can afford to grind this down more. It seems like it's nothing, but I wouldn't go too far down. Like, it really seems like it's nothing. I wouldn't go too far down in here. So still. But that was that. Put a different shock oil in here. I went with the 90. Went with the 90 in the back and front. Like I said, I'm really cautious about staying on the ground, and I don't want too much of a rough ride, but if I want to go to the dirt, then I can just change it right out. It packs up there, the little those. Whereas I got from 50 to maybe 5200. That's what it is, 5200. So this was my first run on the 100, because I was just trying to see, because the shocks they're damn good, and it is like it's stiff, but it does push back up. It goes down easy. It's just like I said, it's kind of stiff. So from that being stiff, being as though I run it on the street right now until I get a higher KV motor for the grass, I just tuned it for street runs and things like that, which my tire angle, I had to pull that in some from the top. That's all I did there, and I'm gonna work my way back. Servo, I changed that. So that's that. That's 20 kilos. I think it was a 15 in there before, or whatever one comes with the earthquake, because that was the same. Nose running, coming over a cold, guys. But that was the same as the earthquake. So I keep these on hand. I keep those because I'm rough on the steering. When I turn, I want to turn. I don't like braking too much. My turning is I say it whereas I say I keep weak points in my trucks. Yes, my weak points. That's a strong point I have. Whereas I wanted to turn sharp because my motor, I'm going. I'd rather have this 20 go than this maybe 100 go. So, and with this one here, I, as you can see, the little white piece of tape in there, that cuts ballooning and still gives it cushion. So guys, I would try that a few times. I mean, because that ballooning crap is just really overrated. Uh, my earthquake, when it balloons, and my Terremoto, when it balloons, the tires, well, the earthquake is really ridiculous. When people say pizza cutter, that's what the earthquake turns into, that much power. So I'll end up getting better tires for that. But covering these holes with a piece of double-sided tape, it doesn't do any damage or mess up your wheel run. It's two holes, usually one on top and bottom, directly across from each other. So there's one, and there's two. So I did that, and no air. You don't hear, but that's the air that's really causing the ballooning. When that comes to spinning, it'll stretch those tires, and these tires are just, look at this. Look at that. So they will balloon. Uh, After that, well, I just tied everything down, and my leads for my fans. I keep these fans. I use my own fans. And usually when you come to this surface here, or any kind of RC plastic, crazy glue, it'll stick. Just make sure you're not smacking against it or nothing like that. Like, you know how crazy glue is, but stick. Look at that. And I'll shake it again for you. And only one of the fans are crazy glued to the frame. This one is crazy glued to this one. Because it's also, when you start crazy gluing things, you want to make sure you don't have to pop them back off. That's unnecessary. And here are my wires. I have to flex seal this one because I don't like for the water to come down. Which, as you can see, I did that side. Let me get in there a little. Good. See that black little? Yeah. And that usually stops any water. Like, flex seal is the best. The best. I did the flex seal in here on my tape. I don't want in water and all, rain and all, and this is what I get, like a dust. I don't have to worry about scratching my paint job off, which I was kind of rough on the body. I mean, I took a couple slaps right to the face, a couple flip overs here, coming over that hill I was saying about my earthquake, 4 foot, some change hill, and this land is plush. From 4 feet hill, and goes up to about 5. If you get a good jump, it'll land nice. And that's where I decided, I said I was going to, before I did that, I said I was going to change the shock oil. Because like I said, this thing, it looks like huge when it flies. And once it gets off the air, this thing is about maybe, let's say 2 feet or so almost. And yeah, it's flying at your face or across the air. It's like kind of like wowie. It is very wowie. But another thing I did, and the last thing that I only had to do, was wheel angle, tilt my wheel angle. So, like I said, it's good to me. It could use speed. Now, I can't say that much. It could use a lot more speed. But as far as coming out of the factory, I got mine for $300. Don't know how. Don't know what was going on. But this is the one I saw on Amazon. Brought it, checked, clicked back again, and it was $369. I saw 300 when I bought it, so I went back, checked my account. Sure enough, $302. So This wasn't bad at all for me, because actually I paid 300 for this guy in Nitro, and this is the 1/8 scale, the Earthquake, the one I converted. Yeah, that guy. But back to this guy. Yeah. So the next thing I'll do is I'll have a video for you guys on running everything. Sneezing too. Like I said, the cold thing going on. And also, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look what I'm messing with over here, guys. Look at what I'm messing with over here. Turn the light out. Please still be conscious. If you can't see it, then I don't want to. Hey, too bad. But, hey guys, I'm gonna let y'all know what that's gonna be. I'm thinking of maybe a 1/8 scale, some kind of buggy, long as it rides low, or car, because I have street tires that I need to use. All right, guys, custom built for play, go mode. Like, subscribe, Facebook, YouTube. I'm out.